Michael Waddell. And we do have a quorum, so we can officially open here and go over the items. Everybody have a chance to read the past minutes of the last two meetings?
I don't remember seeing those.
Those are that's from our last meeting on the 24th. And Nancy had
Here's the-
emailed here's the meetings from September 10th.
Okay.
Thank you.
Give that to Greg over there.
Thank you.
I didn't have any edits to the minutes.
I have no edits to the September 10th minutes.
Okay. If anybody had any edits on the September 10th, I move that we accept the minutes from September 10th.
Oh, right, I gotcha. Could we just make one edit? Sorry.
Sure.
So Mary said that we need to have the DPW, she wanted to look at grants in Brent Rock 4
Okay.
Oh, okay.
versus in.
And that was on 10 or 24, 24, right?
I'm just looking at the first one.
Got it.
10.
Duly noted.
That's good.
Okay. So September 10th, all those in favor of accepting the minutes?
Aye.
Aye.
Duly noted that it's been accepted. September 24th minutes.
Can I see
The
that?
24th has a repeat
The
on the
24th.
first paragraph. You don't need
Just
that.
want to take a quick look at it.
Which one was that on?
Yeah, on the 24th.
Yep.
The first paragraph repeats the September 10th, so I don't think. we-
Okay, so we're gonna,
Just strike
we're gonna
it.
strike the first sentence on the September 24th minutes,
Do you have a
Oh,
copy?
yeah.
because it was repeated on the, it was in our September 10th minutes. Do you need,
The 24, if you have a
Yeah.
copy. This is the 10.
Sorry, I was rushing to get them done.
that's okay.
Yeah, do you need the 24th, or you got one?
Okay.
I don't have any edits to September 24th.
I'm all set as well.
I'll give you guys another minute or so to, I'm just giving Mary and Michael a minute if they see anything before we vote on it.
Mary has a lot of questions, apparently. Looking at the
No,
meeting
that's
notes.
fine.
No, that's
Yeah, that's what
fine.
you're supposed to do.
No,
Yeah,
you're,
yeah.
it's well documented.
Yes.
Right?
Right, that's good.
Tim, while they're looking at it,
Yep.
do we need this room for the all-day thing?
I think we should get it
Yeah.
for the
Alright.
all-day
I
thing.
think we might already
Did we
have
already
it.
book it?
We
We
might.
did, we
We
did
might
book
have.
it, I believe.
Okay,
Um,
and that's our next meeting, so I don't,
Yes,
Yeah,
all right. What's that date?
16th.
Okay, I will double check on that later, when somebody's there.
Right.
I'm just checking on that, too. Yep.
Can I just ask a question about?
Sure.
There's the fourth paragraph. Mary asked about credit for reverse 911. Can you just clarify, what did that mean?
So, we were.
I know what reverse 911 is.
Yeah,
that's
so
just credit.
there's a flood response credit with CRS that gives you credits for
Oh,
that.
the
So we
credits
were
for our
discussing-
CRS. Okay, never mind.
We were discussing the 911,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
to in order to get that credit, we have to build floodplain maps for
Yeah.
different storm surges.
Oh, okay.
So you almost have to show a 100-year, a 300-year, or a 500-year, and then we have to show the areas that get inundated with floods based on that, and then incorporate your flood response warning system to those storms. So it's a little bit more
And what are those steps?
involved in work.
What are the steps involved in that, like getting that flood documented? It seems like Brant Rock floods like every couple of years.
It's not just Brant Rock, though. I mean, you have to do it.
Understood,
Yeah.
but like, I'm just saying, just to get the reverse 911 call, because I really feel that that's super important, and I
Yeah.
know that we've talked about this, and apparently they do have it in place, but for floods now, but not for fire, so it's not for all emergencies, and.
It's
I
a
don't know,
question that
I'm
we're
not
gonna have
sure.
to ask Artie
Okay.
and DPW, but incorporating it into CRS is a longer process. It's not gonna happen without funds and money and developing the flood map. So it's gonna be something a new town manager is probably gonna have to take up, and we'd have to get, funding and, backing to get that done. Not only with just funds, it's police and everybody else, and seeing if they have the staff and because you can't just miss, you have to have people monitoring this flood response
You
system,
hope.
which would, yeah.
Right,
absolutely,
like you
yeah.
would hope that this would be a policy already in place, and even like the dam, the dike, like the Harvest Moon that we just had.
Yep.
You would think that
Yep.
somebody's monitoring that.
Just to circle back on the minutes, any other changes anybody needs
Yeah, could we just insert CRS credit? Just,
on where?
yeah, on the,
it?
Mary asked about
CRS
credit
credit,
for.
okay, so
Yeah, I mean, I
on
didn't know if
the
it was
1,
financial.
2, 3, 4th
Yeah,
sentence down, Michael just asked to put in CRS credit, about CRS credit,
Sure.
which makes sense.
I think under where Mary said we should show measurement with the website and how many clicks, I think it was, somebody stated, I don't know if it was Andrew or Tim, but like FEMA doesn't care. We just have to do it, it's a checkbox, and there's no real effective measurement or like how effective the communication is in reaching the message, like. they're just-
Yeah, no, I mean, it's not about the clicks, it's more about, we do document when someone comes in and asks for information. I believe Andrew has that
Right,
and some of that. So we'll talk about that in a minute.
okay,
I
but
don't
it's not
wanna-
about how effective the communication is, whether the platform is a website, a letter,
No,
an
I mean, we do
event,
measure it in some respects. I wouldn't say that's
blanketed, okay,
totally accurate, so I'd leave that the way it is for now.
okay.
Any other changes, anybody?
I do,
Yep.
actually, on that, the last page, where it says Mary said we should look at communication. She works with a lot of smart people, and people need to communicate at an 8th grade level. I think it's just that Mary in the past has worked with a lot of smart people, and what we
I
found.
just read,
All right.
yeah, that you may have said that, or may have implied that.
All I know is we spent millions working with a marketing firm, and the basic ending result is that you need to keep your communication to an 8th grade level, because nobody else will understand it.
Which I
That's
agree
it.
with.
Yeah.
Which paragraph was that?
It's at the top one. We should look at the communication,
Oh, so it's
and,
on the-
in the past.
Got it.
It's not, I don't think it's, she's worked with a lot of smart people. I think it's, in the past, studies show we need to keep communication at an 8th grade level.
So she said past studies show.
Yeah, in the past, Mary said we should look at communication. In the past, studies have shown we need to keep communication at an 8th grade level.
Yep.
That's all. Like, and that's super easy to do. Everything in Word these days, they have the format that you can do that.
Okay.
So that's just the communication little,
Other than that, we good?
Mary said a lot.
Can I just jump in with one thing? And I know this isn't on the agenda, but I brought the letter and a copy of the brochure that we send to the real estate.
We're gonna do that in a minute.
Oh, we are gonna
I
do
just-
it.
Yeah, I
Okay,
just
Mike,
wanna
I'm
approve
sorry.
the minutes, and then I'm gonna go to the next subjects, because we got a lot of.
I didn't even
lot
look
of
at the
things,
agenda, sorry.
To address. I just didn't want to,
Make a motion to approve the minutes of the 24th as amended.
second. Any discussion?
Second, or,
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I see that it passed unanimously, that approve the minutes from 24. Okay. So the biggest item we have in new business here is, you know, it says review PPI plan document and edit votes to approve. We're gonna get into that. We've had a few emails that have come in since posting this meeting that on our October 16th meeting is the cycle visit from Eugene Coles from FEMA, who will be reviewing our credits and approving, you know, the points we get for CRS. Within that, we discussed in our past the document that, with the things that he's looking for. He's emailed Nancy asking for some of these items prior to our meeting on Thursday. So kind of our goal is to get over some of these items that need to get over to him and go through that. So I kind of wanted to take this document here that I've handed out to you guys, this ISO letter that Eugene Cole sent out, kind of walk through step by step. You know, Nancy mentioned the real estate brochure, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Some of these things here, Andrew's gonna handle, but there's some things here that we can do, that we're gonna have to get over to him. So that's what I kind of want to talk about today.
Tim, did
So-
you email that to us?
This, Nancy had in the past, I'm gonna hand it out to you now, if you want a copy, I have copies of
Thank
this. So,
I have one.
Michael, you have a copy, Mary, you have a copy of that?
Yep.
Okay. So you have, we all have copies of that. So just, I'm gonna skip down to new business item number 3, which is status reports of emails and calls into the CRS coordinator. Just because that will help us get over to what's going on. Andrew has booked the audit for the building construction effectiveness grading system, which is tomorrow on October 9th. He got a hold of the woman at FEMA who handles that, and they're gonna be having a meeting online to handle that and get that done prior to our cycle visit with Eugene, so that way it will help us with our points. And that was a thing that kind of, in the past, it kept us at a class 7. So we're hoping that that gets us to the class 6 if we need it. So Andrew can provide, I may pop in to see Andrew tomorrow and see how that's going with him on that. Mainly, it's just documenting the procedures that the building department handles and how they do certain things. So there are, you know, questions on forms and how they do their elevation certificates, things like that. So Andrew's in charge of that. After multiple emails to various places, I finally think I have the request in to get us our flood insurance data for the town of Marshfield updated. And I called the former FEMA 1 region, Bob Jasonez, who retired. They didn't fill his position. He was supposed to call me back. In the meantime, I had CC'd Greg, I believe, and Andrew on an email to John Grace, who's our FEMA 1 kind of person in that area, and he gave us a link to, I guess they have like a data request email that goes to NFIP. So I kind of copied what we have in our PPI document of all the flood insurance breakdowns that you see in there.
Yep.
I emailed that over to the email that they wanted us to send it to, asking for updated numbers so that we can do our flood insurance study for 2025 to see kind of if there's what changes are within the NFIP program. So that was a positive step. We're moving in the right way on that.
Is that for 2024 or 20, like, because this is.
You're supposed to do it every
2024.
year,
Okay.
but we had a problem with it last year because we weren't getting any response on it.
Oh,
So
I
we're
see.
trying to keep that PPI document somewhat, you know, live and moving, but, you know, if you don't have the data from FEMA, you can't really do it. So we
So
think
it's
we
a-
can track that down.
It's a working document that we update as we get up.
Yeah,
years,
yeah,
if
you
will.
kind of want to, you know, because some of our outreach projects are designed to, you know, some of the things our goals in the outreach projects, you know, are the messages, and then we have our goals.
Yeah.
Some of the goals were to, you know, increase flood insurance. So we're trying to see if that happens.
Cool.
And we put in there language in there because it's not an easy thing to measure because there's a lot of people that buy private flood insurance, and that's been
Right,
growing every year.
So that
and
was
we
that
can't track that.
extrapolation formula?
Yeah, and it's hard to come up with a meaning, and Eugene knows this.
And didn't you say too that like with the or the remapping of the floods or the maps or something like that, that many people were in it and then they were out of it or something?
I wouldn't say that. I'd say there are a small number of people were removed, but there were, just as many that were added.
Oh, there were.
So it
Okay.
wasn't like, might have like 15 people that were removed out of the special flood hazard, but another 15 or 19 properties came in and under a different zone, on like an AO or
Okay.
one of those things.
Gotcha.
And that was mainly due to, Woods Hole and the studies they did with, splash over of certain areas, like off of the seawalls and things like that that were coming in off of that, so. And the maps do change all the time. FEMA could come in every 5-10 years and they redo their maps and look at certain things.
Famously.
So, famously, yes. So sometimes it's accurate, sometimes it's not so much, and it's our job to kind of look at that. So that's my update on the status reports. Michael, Mary, and I have been working on the PPI plan document. We were able to get a hold of the one that was sent to the select board and approved on May 6th of 2024. We found all of the edits that were done from Joe Rossi. So we're going to basically take that document from that standpoint, accept what was done at that board, because it was presented at the select board, and use that as our PPI document for the upcoming cycle visit. We did make some minor changes that we should go over on the PPI plan document that we can tell the select board about, but mainly it was just adding new board members, Michael Waddell, Mary on the list of there.
Do we need them to vote?
The select board on that?
Yeah.
I think we probably do need to have that submitted for a vote, so we're gonna leave those edits there, because that's the new procedure, we have to show the edits that we're making on the form. But we're gonna use the document that was accepted on May 6th to submit to Eugene, and we can also show the edits that we're making to Eugene, but they have to be presented to the select board to be accepted. So most of those edits that we're doing now are on, like I said, the new board members. Michael flagged Massachusetts Coastal Coalition that is no longer a nonprofit. It was dissolved in officially in 2025, so we're gonna have to remove that organization.
Which is everywhere.
Yeah,
Which is like, you said it was like 48 times or 148 times? I forget.
48, yeah.
48 times throughout the document. So we're gonna remove that from our outreach projects and also a list.
We didn't rely on that at all.
No, we did, quite a bit, unfortunately, because they had annual meetings and things like that, so we were getting some credit for that, but that will, not gonna be drastic, but it is a hit for that.
Well,
So,
it's gonna leave a lot of empty holes.
yeah, so we're gonna have to update that, on the plan for there.
There were a couple of other edits too, right? Like.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
will be, and we'll discuss those, we can put those in there, I don't want to spend this meeting driving those edits, only because we're gonna be pressed for time, and there's a lot of, things that need to be done on the letter from Eugene, so I want to kind of start on that. The first item on there, that Eugene's asking for is the elevation certificates. That's Andrew's department, so that's not, I'll basically go in there, it says provide construction certificate management procedure, which explains how the community receives, maintains, stores, and provides copies of elevation certificates to the public. Provide a letter from the building official and the town representative which states the CCMP has been reviewed and approved. We do have a copy of the letter that we submitted in 2019, which I can give to Andrew.
Which one are you reading from?
Activity 310.
Okay,
So that letter we can provide to Andrew, and Andrew can make his edits on that.
Before that was
Yes.
the calculate area or acreage for the SFHA and the number of buildings.
Yep,
He's looking for that.
yep.
Are we just submitting what we have previous because we have not added any more open space, or?
Correct,
And
unless
we've
we had
no
open space that
changes
we've
on the
added,
flood maps.
you know.
Okay. It's just, he asked for it, but
Yeah, I would submit what we have,
Okay.
unless, we haven't had anything in town meeting that's been we've added more land or asked
Nope.
to purchase anything.
well, there
Well,
are
we did
two,
have-
there are two on the warrant for this town meeting.
Okay, which properties are those? Or areas, I should say, not properties, but,
One of them is not in the flood zone. I
Okay.
don't know what the other one is, but I know there's two on the warrant.
so was the last one we did, I know there were areas like Red Gold Farm, and there was,
We had them on there.
okay, so that's on there, and then there
Yep.
was one down off of Wrexham on the backside of the marsh that we we bought that marsh area?
Yep.
Okay. There was another area, we didn't know that, we don't know if we're gonna get that, but that was an area in Kent Park. I think there was some property that a nonprofit had that, there was some talks initially that possibly
I
down
don't
the
think
road.
that happened.
It didn't happen.
Yeah.
But that's for future stuff, so.
How do we go about that? Like, how could we make like the DSA, considered open space? Like down in Brant Rock, like I'm just thinking different places where it floods. Could we do something like that? Like, could we put?
Well, so do, anything that's owned by the town or, there's also some letters that we got from nonprofits that specifically say they're not gonna develop their open space. We can count that acreage into our calculation. So what we've done, is anything we've shown anything that the town owns or areas that are within the special flood hazard area, we've included that in our open space.
It's already in.
It is.
Okay,
And
so
and
the
we have
DSA is-
we have probably one of the highest point totals in the state just due to open space, because of the areas that we have.
I don't know if the DSA is in there.
I don't think the DSA is in there because it's
Because
not
it
in the
is dredged
special flood
spoil.
hazard. It's
Right,
dredged
it's supposed
spoils, but it's also, a lot of it's not in the special flood hazard area.
Hmm.
It surrounds, it's not in a flood zone, ironically. No, it's not. So like, treatment plant and other areas, it's kind of like all around there, but if you get to where that area across from Harbor Park is, that's not in the special flood hazard.
But if the town put that down as open space, that would count.
No,
It wouldn't count with FEMA,
no, because it's not special flood hazard area.
even though it's all surrounded by,
It's surrounded by it, but it's not special flood hazard.
Yeah, it has to be
It's on a map.
designated first.
It's not designated for it, so it's like it's in, so that's, to your point, your question, or your answer, Greg, is, yeah, we'll use what we have.
Okay,
Moving right along.
sorry.
That's okay. Map Information Services, that's Andrew's department again. So we'll go there. The outreach projects, we're gonna have to go through each one of those in our PPI and get that information over to Eugene and make sure we have that there. Same with the hazard disclosure there. The one I wanted to go over, Greg, and I'm missing it here, I'm sorry. It has to do with, we have to go over to the library and take snapshots of all the
Oh.
flood information that's over at the library.
Which item are we on now? Activity.
I'm trying to find it.
Oh.
I read it, and I can't, it's in this document, so I gotta figure out where, see if you give me a second here.
350, I think, activity 350? Flood protection.
Yes.
Yep.
So it's activity 350, thank you, Mary. For the LIB, which is library credit, we have to provide a list of the FEMA flood protection publications and other qualifying publications, and a list of the documents available in your local public library. And then we gotta provide the updated link for the community flood page. So in the past, we've, in 2019, so you guys, Mary and Michael, I still have the link that Joe has of all these things that we did in 2019 with and I suggest we gotta kind of create this again because it's gone into a black hole now that the town's at it. We've gotta have a Google Drive or somewhere where we were keeping every activity and documenting where we're putting stuff so that
The shared drive.
town employees and the volunteers have access to what we can that's not private.
So this is all under 350?
This is under 350, so the images, you'll see the images here that were done in 2019. and this just shows that the documents were in the library.
Oh, okay.
So we basically gotta
Literally
go.
taking pictures of the documents in
Yeah,
the library.
yeah, so we literally have all these here, and then we have the OCLM catalog screenshots. So we've got to go back and kind of make sure that we get that over to Eugene to show that they're listed in the links on the Old Colony Library Network. So that's an area that we just got to get over to Eugene so we can send that to
Can I
them.
ask a question? Like, why, under flood protection information, like, why wouldn't we also show links on the website?
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't there be other, I don't know, information
Yeah, I mean,
other than library? I mean, these are the only things that are called out, but I feel like,
yeah, I'm really talking about the library credit right now.
oh, okay, oh, this is library credit.
But you can, yes, because they want the link for the,
Ah.
to show that it was on the library credit side, and this is what we've done.
Gotcha.
We
Sorry.
do show the links on the town website. In the past, we've shown the links that we've had for the PPI documents and things of that nature, so they're on there.
So the links that we have now, that you have on your screen, those are not on a shareable drive? Or they are on a shareable drive?
They were moved over when Joe left. They were
Oh.
kind of given over to Andrew on the town site. But we should recreate it to a Google Drive, because I don't have access to any of this except the older stuff, you
Oh,
know?
okay.
So we're kind of have to go starting anew again and creating all this, and kind of my personal belief is that we should be recreating this so in an area that board members can access this.
Okay,
And
so you're the only one with access to this, right?
right now, I sent this to you and Mary.
Yeah,
This
we
is
have
the
access.
2019. I don't have anything that Andrew has on Andrew's files, because it's Andrew who's the one who has it, because he's the community floodplain manager. So we're just trying to, that's a topic for later, to figure out how to make sure we update that.
Do
Technically,
you want me to ask someone from IT to come to a meeting just to explain what is needed to?
that would.
Yeah, I think we just need IT to create either, a OneDrive, Google, whatever we want to use.
Well, I think we
In the
should come up
past,
with the
or
requirements.
Dropbox, or,
Yeah, and then let Nancy work with IT to
Yeah.
put it together.
okay.
Tim, I sent a
To the
email over
library?
to Cindy at the library to let her know I'll gotta go over and photograph the stuff, so.
Okay. Do you need me to send you what we have in the past, the photos, Greg, and the?
If
No
you want, I just figured photograph everything.
Yes.
Where it is in context to the library,
And then
what
we're just gonna show the
documents.
links on the Old Colony Network on the website, how to get this.
Okay.
That was the last part. So I just wanna make sure we got that squared away. So, bear with me here. So, all of these activities that Eugene's asking for in the past, we've had them all here on, Mary, if you can see, this is Greg, Joe's had these all, this is the old link where we had everything
Really
by
pick
the
up
activity
pieces.
credit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So ultimately, we want to have the town set up something similar where we can access it and you guys can access it. And we have the updated amount for every activity. Because we got to provide all this to Eugene, basically, what we're looking for. And I don't know,
Yep.
so we're going to be busy submitting things to him. You mentioned the real estate brochure. Why don't you talk about that, Nancy?
Yeah, and I didn't mean to jump ahead with that.
No, it's
I
okay.
just didn't- I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
look at the agenda,
Yep,
so.
yep.
But I just did happen to come, when they come back, I just save them and then just use the brochures. But this is the letter that we send out, and this is the actual brochure. We send out like 50 copies to each real estate office in town,
Okay.
and mortgage, and banks.
So that was,
This is the one we already see.
so we gotta send that to Greg, Eugene, I'm sorry. Greg, you don't want it.
I was gonna say, I don't-
You don't need it.
Again, I think I made suggestions previously, like, it seems to me that this is something that a realtor is supposed to hand or have present, right?
Yes.
But we don't give any speaking points to the realtor, like. it's
That's
kind
not,
of a-
it's not true.
Oh,
So
we don't-
Let's stay on
okay.
topic.
Okay.
I don't wanna, because the brochure is mailed to every realtor, and as we discussed in the past minutes, Andrew and I meet with all the realtors.
Okay.
And then we discuss everything, everything probably about flood and hazards and building codes and, so we go over a lot of this with all of the realtors that,
Okay.
That-
And there's a handout and stuff that explains what they should do and how they should bring it up and when.
yeah, and Andrew goes over that in, what he offers his services, so we do offer services for complimentary visits and things that people can do to their homes and stuff like that. So that's being done, so we're okay with providing, Nancy, you want to provide them with the activity 340,
Yep.
you can do that. Open space preservation, Greg, do you know from Karen what we have on our map? As far as,
No, I'll have to ask her. I mean, we have everything that we own presently, but we do not show the potential to, because town meeting hasn't voted on it yet.
right, so I'm just wondering about, like, you'll see some of these acronyms in Eugene's letter here.
Yeah, the open space.
Which, yeah, so the first one says for open space credit, provide a description of the parcels preserved as open space. This must be a map and a list that notes which parcels also qualify for DR, NFOS, and SHOS credit. So again,
What are those?
NFOS is natural functioning open space.
Oh, my God.
DR, I forget what DR is, so we're gonna have to look that up. And I'll have to ask Eugene what exactly, we'll look them up. Again, these acronyms can be tricky at times, so. But I don't know if we're doing that. I know we discussed it, did we show, we don't show which ones are doing natural functioning open space, right?
Karen hasn't done any mapping because we didn't,
Right,
okay.
okay.
Any new mapping, I should say.
New mapping.
Right.
But we have the mapping which is existing, so we have to send what we have for now to get the open space preservation.
Does this then lead into the warrant that's on for the special election, Greg? For the mapping changes? Does that have anything to do with this? No.
No.
Okay.
Activity 430 is gonna be also Andrew.
Andrew, you got a lot to do.
He does, he's been designated as the floodplain manager too, so he has a lot of this info.
And what he's done versus people in the past is he's kept it as a working document too, that he doesn't have to scramble and look for things. If there's an error on an elevation certificate, he corrects it then. Doesn't have to go back and get it corrected, so it's a lot easier. Not easier, it's definitely not easy.
So the other one on here was the repetitive loss, and that's another area that I know that's changed a little bit, so I don't know, we'll have to find out what numbers are there.
The request was put out, but I haven't seen,
Okay. But even on both on this here, he's going by 2019, and I know, I know Andrew updated it to whatever he had the latest on the PPI document, so I want to make sure we have that right too. So that's the question I'll have to ask Andrew. The last one here is he's asking for that hazard mitigation plan, which I'm not, so it says if your community has a current up-to-date floodplain management plan or hazard mitigation plan that is not approaching, is over 5 years old, submit a copy of that plan along with the completed activity worksheet and the resolution adopting that plan. This plan has been approved by your FEMA region. Please include a copy of the letter of approval. And then we're supposed to provide a copy of the annual progress report, documentation showing that the report has been provided to your governing body and made available to local media. So, I just don't know what we've updated. We have a hazard mitigation plan. I guess, when was it last adopted? In
3
years ago? Okay.
years ago.
Okay. So Nancy, if you want to send them the hazard mitigation plan.
So that's synonymous, or
It
Well,
overlaps.
It overlaps,
It's
yeah.
a little bit of both.
We haven't had that, so yearly,
We gotta-
Joe used to come to the
We got to review
department head
it,
meetings.
which is
and
what we
review.
talked about in our past meetings.
Right.
So you were gonna have the department heads kind of update the activities in the back and see what's been done, what hasn't? I don't know if that's,
That has not happened.
okay.
We haven't had, we've sent it to, we've given it to them.
We've
But we-
given
we
it to
don't
them,
have
we
the
haven't an
updates.
update on
Yeah.
that. So, I mean, that could hurt us if we don't get that information back. We're gonna make
we
sure
need-
that's being
When's the
done.
next department head meeting?
Tuesday.
And we need all this stuff by Wednesday though, right? Because the guy comes in on Wednesday?
He comes in on Thursday.
Oh, Thursday.
Um,
That's kind
And
of
then,
close.
well, we also have 30 days for anything that we're missing.
Okay.
So I anticipate when we're doing this audit, there are gonna be a list of items that Eugene's gonna want
Okay.
us to address.
But we do have a department head meeting Tuesday,
Right.
so
So when's your meeting on that? Because I could probably attend that.
10? Here.
10 here. Um,
So the hazard mitigation plan, does that it gets updated annually?
No,
No.
no. Part of CRS is activities in the hazard mitigation plan. CRS wants us to provide a progress report showing and documenting some of the things in the hazard mitigation plan that have been done or updated. So what we've really got to do is get this plan updated and show that it's a living, breathing document and that the town's working on it.
Yeah.
So there will be things that need to be updated on it, we just got to update them.
Cool.
So that's part of it. There's a few things that we've added in the hazard mitigation plan that get us credit for CRS, just little language things that it was approved by FEMA or whatever. Those are things that Eugene's looking for, so we'll make sure we get them to him.
Yeah, I think I mentioned this last time, like, Nancy, we should definitely have the DPW make reference to the extra water drain they put in Brant Rock, you know, with that roundabout.
Yeah, so we're gonna have
Oh,
to,
yeah.
we're gonna have to get, all letters or written descriptions requested should be on community letterhead and signed by appropriate community staff, so we're gonna have to figure that out. Okay.
Is that the department heads?
Yeah, yeah, so when we go there, we're gonna have to get updates. A lot of the updates will probably be from the DPW. Figure that out.
Again, I think it would be good to have them on this committee.
Yeah. Are they averse to being
No,
present?
no, I think it's turnover in staff. It's a matter of, we've had internal turnover in this board.
Yeah,
And then
and they have.
they as well had an engineer and the head, Sean, came back, so there would have been different people running that.
Yeah,
There's been a lot of turnover, between town administrator and
yeah,
various, our boards and
yeah.
various things, so we're kind of writing it back to the way it should be, I guess
Yeah.
is the word I would use. Sorry, just going back here. Anybody else have anything on that we can give to Greg? I keep saying Greg.
I know. We know who you
Eugene,
mean.
sorry, Greg.
What about the repetitive loss letter?
Yeah, that's on you guys. I
Yeah.
would say you get that over to them. I just want to make sure you have, provide a letter that you did. So you send that out to the areas,
Yeah.
the list and everything, get that over to him.
So all letters and written description, and when it says appropriate community staff is department head, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
so town department head,
Yeah.
department heads.
Just trying to look at some of the things here. I know Andrew has a lot of the outreach project stuff, so I can get that from him.
We even have pictures.
Yeah, the pictures, the signs, things like that, so.
So as newbies, how can we help? Like, what do you want, like, I could go to the library and research stuff, or, like, how can we help, Tim?
Yeah, so we're gonna continue to, if Michael, or you could take the PPI document and then accept the changes that Joe had
Yeah.
send that over in a finished PDF format to the committee.
Yeah.
That way I can get that to Nancy, Greg, and Andrew, just to make sure we have the PPI document the way it should be for this audit.
Okay. And you're thinking, when you say red line, Word document?
I'd do it as a PDF, accept the changes and just send the PDF.
Okay, accept changes, save it as a PDF, and
Right,
So
Okay.
we're gonna accept Joe Flood's changes, or we're gonna accept all the changes,
just the ones that were done at the select board meeting.
the 2019?
So, yeah, so it's gonna be all of Joe's changes, and it was adopted May 6th, 2024, Michael. That's the only changes I want on there. All of the new changes are gonna be tracked and presented in front of the select board of the changes that have been changed since 2024 to now.
Okay.
So those are the changes that have to get, that's the way it has to work. We can't just change something and then
Yeah, of course.
say it is, so.
Do you think it would be best to like do the Word document, have that like the working document, and then the PDF is just an annotate? Just so you can see like the change? I know that you thought it was confusing, but I think like as the end document that you portrayed to the select board, like I think it would be helpful, in my opinion.
I think you need to keep it as when you're presenting to the select board, it needs to be done as the Word, because you're gonna be making
because it's going to be live.
changes. Yeah, they could say, no, I don't want, or we might have to make a change on it.
But you could make those, all right, anyway.
So whatever you guys think is
Whatever
the
you
best way,
think. Okay.
I'm open to it, I'm not as savvy when it comes to
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
document.
I think the
I'll
end.
fully admit that.
Give me your
Thank you
phone
very
number.
much.
Sure.
Um,
71,
So I'm kind of all set on the stuff for now until we figure out this audit. I don't have anything in the public meeting here that, we just need to work on these items that are in this letter and make sure we're getting them out. The only other question I guess I had was, I know we sent the storm documentation, I'm just trying to see, is he asking for that? I didn't remember seeing that, Greg, but I remember we were getting credit for the stormwater.
What number activity?
I don't know, that's why I'm asking, I don't
Oh.
know if I see it in here, that's why I was just curious if we can send that over to him now.
Stormwater what? The
I think it's
MS4
activity
stuff?
440, or I thought it was. That's flood data maintenance, is for, let's see, sorry,
Well, it's online.
yeah,
Our GIS maps with
Right.
all the flood information and stuff is already online. And it's updated through the assessors every
Right.
6 months or so.
stormwater management was activity 450, he's not asking for it anyway, so he's already got that, so we're good on that. So, data maintenance, 440.
After the meeting, if we have time, I want you to come over to talk with Karen on 420,
Yep,
but we got a 10 o'clock meeting
okay.
ourselves.
With that. So I'm going to just let, I have nothing else on this meeting publicly for now. So if anybody else, I make a motion to close the meeting. If anybody has any other things they want to address, you can bring them up now. If not,
Second?
okay. All those in favor of closing the meeting? It is 9:31.
Aye.
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 Okay, meeting is officially closed.